Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. Before we get started, I'd just like a quick reminder that if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and tell everybody about Idle Hands and what we're doing here on the channel. All right, first off, we have a clip of President Trump throwing some shade on the Democrats, and we've got some crazy, march. I don't know where this took place. If you know, let me know in the comments, but they were basically calling for a public execution of Trump and Elon. The derangement syndrome is high in the Democrats right now. It's running deep, and I think it's doing some serious mental damage. So let's get going. We also have some beautiful lib logic to get through. It's just, all right. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get to it. Buckle up. 10,000 subscribers. Let's do it.
There's 100 geniuses. He's got some very brilliant young people working for him that dress much worse than him, actually. Yeah, they dress in just T-shirts. You wouldn't know they have 180 IQ.
Wait a minute. So he's your tech support.
No, he is. But he's much more than that.
Yeah. I actually am tech support, though. But that's...
He gets it done. He's a leader. Yeah. He really is. He gets it done.
He's not just tech support.
The bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want. Then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy. Yeah. In order to save taxpayer money, it comes down to two things: competence and caring. It's funny how often when these attacks occur, the thing that they're accusing the administration of is what they are guilty of. They're saying that things are being done unconstitutional, but what they are doing is unconstitutional. They are guilty of the crime of which they accuse us.
That's always the first thing they do.
Yeah.
He's in violation of the Constitution. They don't even know what they're talking about. It's just a con job. It's a big con job. And they're so bad for the country, so dangerous and so bad. And the media is so bad. When I watch MSNBC, which I don't watch much, but you have to watch the enemy on occasion.
Yeah, you do.
The level of arrogance and cheating, and they're just horrible people.
Always lying.
You want public execution of Donald Trump and Elon Musk?
Yes, please.
So this is funny. So it says, claim my opponents are violent. So there's two choices: claim my opponents are violent, or threaten my opponents with violence. And it's the Democrat, and they're like sweating over the decision. Like, which one do I choose? Which one do I go with? They're both horrible options, but that seems to be the only two options in their toolbox at the moment, and it seems forever. So, okay, let's get through this. A nice rant from the Democrats over the last couple of years or so. It's brutal.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
When he came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and
outrageous.
He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
I
said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
That guy should have been arrested.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you
Inciting violence.
Tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
How horrible. All right, these are the same people who cry about threats to democracy while openly calling for violence all the time. It's so disgraceful. I'm a little surprised they're using "their" properly on the sign from the protest. That's funny. Oh boy, isn't inciting violence a crime? I think it is. Evil. Yes, it is. It is evil. Pure and simple. Being a left-winger is a mental illness. Yeah. Okay, so Gayle King from CBS attempts to pin the blame for plane crashes on Trump, but Delta CEO refutes her claims. So this is kind of funny because I think she thought she was hitting it out of the park, but instead she totally whiffed it.
No, the Trump administration recently fired many employees of the FAA administration. Do those cuts worry you, and do you think that impacts the safety? I know you just said it's the safest way to travel, but after looking at all these mishaps, a lot of people are very nervous. Do these cuts affect you?
The cuts do not affect us, Gail. I've been in close communication with the Secretary of Transportation. I understand that the cuts at this time are something that are raising questions, but the reality is there's over 50,000 people that work at the FAA, and the cuts, I understand, were 300 people, and they were in non-critical safety functions.
Yeah.
The Trump administration has committed to investing deeply in terms of improving the overall technologies that are used in the air traffic control systems and modernizing the skies. They've committed to hiring additional controllers and investigators and safety investigators. So no, I'm not concerned with that at all.
Okay, Gayle King with a hot take. That's not very hot. Yes, and it's not like Delta is some right-wing outfit. I see what you did there. All right. But they are pretty heavy into the DEI stuff. So, I mean, they do have that strike against them. News item, private flyer Gayle King is worried about commercial airline cuts. Yeah, I'm sure she probably hasn't flown public in probably a while. So, faux outrage, faux concern. Like always, the media trying to spin everything against Trump. It is just amazing how this whole Democratic machine is just ramping up the hatred and the rhetoric. It just seems like it's getting worse every day. I'm glad to see all the media are on the same page. Tora. They've all tapped into the hive mind and they have their talking points, yes. Cringeworthy. Someone needs to educate yet another reporter on how many crashes there were during the Biden administration. Now that I do not know. If anybody has that information, let me know let us know in the comments. In our comments. That would be great. But I do remember though when I was working at Fox locally as an editor, there were at one point like 3 or 4 plane crashes into buildings, and they all happened relatively around the same time, but they were in the buildings, and all these buildings just happened to be like food production buildings. So it like kind of screwed up the pipeline, for producing food for the country, which is very strange. It's very strange. I don't know. Coincidence? Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, they keep trying to lie, but no one's buying it. Yeah, I think they're Their influence is definitely dwindling. No one else finds it awfully funny that we're seeing these plane crashes all the time now? Or do you actually think it's coincidence? I don't know. Yeah, it is weird. It's very strange. I mean, it can't be just a DEI thing. I don't know. We'll see if more continue. But if more continue, I think there's definitely a pattern. So, yeah. Okay, so she tried. The View is next, of course, followed by 60 Minutes. Oh, the stupid View. The price of eggs are supposed to come down, not planes. Oh, shut up, Bear. Ugh. All right, what do we got? Okay, so Trump is steamrolling Zelensky, a dictator without elections. Yeah, I think Trump is getting kind of annoyed with Zelensky, that he's kind of whining and kind of putting the wrench in the works here, trying to end this war, and it's kind of like suspicious, like why? I think President Trump nails it in his comments here.
A dictator without elections. Zelensky better move fast, or he's not going to have a country left. Got to move fast, because that war is going in the wrong direction. In the meantime, we're successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia.
Without
something
Zelensky.
I'll admit that only Trump is going to be able to do in the Trump administration. We're going to be able to do it. I think Putin even admitted that. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace.
Nope.
And Zelensky probably wants to keep the gravy train going. I don't know what's the problem,
Bingo.
but he hasn't been able. He's very upset that he wasn't invited. He could have come if he wanted to, but that he wasn't invited to Saudi Arabia. But he's been working for 3 years. There's never been even meetings or phone calls to stop this war. It's a horrible thing.
I think like maybe
I figure
one.
Russia's lost 900,000 soldiers. I think that Ukraine's lost probably 700,000.
Such a tragedy.
And it's a terrible thing. You'll see bodies and body parts all over the field, all over. We see them very accurately through satellites. I love Ukraine, but Zelensky has done a terrible job. His country is shattered, and millions of people have unnecessarily died. And you can't bring a war to an end if you don't talk to both sides. You got to talk. They haven't been talking for 3 years.
Yeah.
So we hope to see a ceasefire soon and to reestablish stability in Europe and the...
Thank God for Trump. Thank God for Trump, that he is the peacemaker of our generation. All right, Zelensky is a product of the corrupt Obama-Biden administration. I kind of think that could be the case. I don't know. I mean, we've placed people into situations as our puppets in governments, foreign governments before. And it is kind of strange how we went from I think he was a mediocre comedian or whatever he was to running the country. That's a pretty dramatic turnaround there for Zelensky. All right. And it's all true. Trump buried the Green Goblin under a pile of facts. The Green Goblin. He does always wear green, huh? I don't think any other president in recent history has had the courage that Trump has. Good to see a president who sides with the people and does what is best for them. Yes. Yes. Like I said, God bless him. I absolutely love everything about this man. I'm glad somebody finally told the world the truth. Yes, 100%. On fire. Trump can read people. Yes, he can. I mean, that's one of his... I think it's one of his gifts from God, is that he can read people. And he's reading people right now. And I think Zelensky is a little worried. If you can't tell, this was a money laundering scam. You might be a Democrat voter. Yeah, it is. I think there's definitely money laundering going on. And I think it's heavily, heavily leaning to the Democrat side. Trump only speaks facts. He's getting down to business. Yes, he is. Folks behind the scenes are pulling Zelensky's puppet strings. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know who's actually pulling the strings. I don't know. We might be surprised.
Here is something that the political establishment and propaganda media don't want you to know. Ukraine's President Zelensky has just banned yet another political opposition party, one that questioned his legitimacy as president, and used Ukraine's Department of Justice to mandate the seizure of this party's members' assets. Now, this is just the latest of Zelensky's actions to do this sort of thing. He began banning major political opposition parties in 2022.
Kind of weird.
When he also started banning TV channels that were associated with his political opponents. And he took over total control of Ukraine's largest television networks, now controlled by their government. Now, Zelensky's presidential term ended on May 20th. He canceled elections in the name of martial law, suspending Ukraine's constitution so that he could stay in power.
Now, I heard that, or read someplace that part of Ukraine's constitution, I guess, actually allows that. But I have not read their constitution, so I'm not a scholar of Ukrainian politics by any means. But I heard that is actually built in, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Now, defenders of Zelensky will say, hey, Ukraine is in the middle of a war. They can't have elections. Just stop for a moment and think, if we accept that excuse or criteria for suspending the Constitution and canceling elections, then we should presume that leaders in our own country and our own establishment media will also use this same excuse and rationale when they suspend our Constitution and our elections, since we too are at war with Russia and China.
Technically, yeah.
If you think this sounds crazy, look at what's already going on. They've already started conditioning us to accept a dictatorship by rationalizing their own use of our Department of Justice to target President Trump and other political enemies in their efforts to stay in power.
Spot on. Tulsi's awesome. Like I mentioned before, I actually interviewed Tulsi when she came to Utah for a ski trip. They sent me out there to go try to get her. I actually got to interview. I was shocked because I was just a nobody. I'm actually not even a reporter. I was an editor, but they didn't have anybody to go out there, so I was like, I'll do it. She's a very nice lady. I'm not going to say that I know her, but I have met with her and I have talked with her a little bit, and she's actually a very charming lady. So, anyways, it's well past time for Volo to go. Volo. Amazing what you learn when people explain things. Transparency. Amazing that the last administration only hid things. That's all they knew how to do. Are you kidding me? Tulsi is based, for sure. For sure. Boy, that seems kind of dictatorish, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. Kind of screams dictator. Zelensky is just another pawn in a long line of CIA-funded dictators. We absolutely suck at regime change. Yeah, I don't know what our record is, but it's probably not great in that aspect. I don't know. Trump will be remembered by future generations as the worst traitor in American history. His sycophantic political supporters will be compared to those who decades ago supported Hitler. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Apparently not everybody is on board to I don't know, go against Ukraine and the money train that's going there. Oh geez. But we're all entitled to our opinions, and that's what makes America great. Okay, Elon just agreed to audit the billions sent to Ukraine. Yeah, the transparency we actually need. It's on Doge's list for sure. Okay, so here Charlie Kirk says, now it's time for Elon and Doge, which I saw a clip, and Whoopi Goldberg was talking about Doge, and she had no idea how to even pronounce the word. Like, she said like Doge or Doji or like, it was the most cringe thing. Anyways, Doge to audit the money we sent to Ukraine, and Elon Musk said, okay. So it's on the list. It looks like it's on the list. So good for that. Oh shit! Now we're talking. Half that money never left the country. That probably is true. It was laundered into the military-industrial complex. I'm sure they got a nice cut off the top somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. This is what we voted for. Finally, transparency. Panic in D.C. In theaters now. That's funny. Zelensky will be exposed. Probably will be. Let's do it. Hey, that's my line. What's going on there? Come on now. I think that's copyrighted now by this time, right? All right, this could get interesting. Didn't Zelensky recently say that he didn't receive a lot of that money? I think he did. I think I remember hearing that. So then where'd the money go? Doge is not messing around. So government corruption and then Doge. He like stops, blocks the shot there. That's funny. Funny stuff. Oh, wow. Can't wait to see how people defend and deny this info when it comes out. Oh, and you know it's going to just be fierce. Fierce. All those people getting a cut are the ones going to be screaming the loudest. On both sides, I fear. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Yes, it will be. Buckle up. The truth is coming. I hope so. Oh, boy. This will get wild. Well, it looks like the CIA is going to make the cartel fear the Reaper. They are sending in some MQ-9 Reaper drones over into the Mexican airspace to do some surveillance and to get a lay of the land of what they got going on down there, where all the labs and all the little hiding places are at, that they're making all these drugs and doing all their nasty cartel business. So let's see what President Trump has to say about this.
What can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war against the cartel?
Well, we're going to see.
Should they have authority to take lethal action?
Mexico's allowed a tremendous number of people to go through their country into ours, and even people coming from Mexico. And illegals, totally illegal. I think Mexico is largely run by the cartels, and that's a sad thing to say. And
yeah, it is. It's scary.
If they wanted help with that, we'd give them help.
So I actually put in new music because I got copyrighted. Freak YouTube. So anyways, the music doesn't really match. Not that the music they had in there originally matched. This is so moronic what they're doing. Instead of singing, they're just doing the stupid choreographed dance. To what point? It's so stupid. And you saw there was a little kid in there actually. And they had to like practice this, right? What a waste of time. They're so retarded. Oh, dumbs. But I'd rather have this than singing out of key horribly. Thank goodness. Violin. It's so dumb. Oh my gosh. Well, they'll just woke being woke, I guess. All right, it's like they are hypnotized or drugged. So sad. Yeah, totally. Am I missing something here? This just looks like people doing a dance. Pretty much that's it. Yeah, you're spot on, brother. All right, brother. These MFers are bat crap crazy. Yes, they are.
Ha! Gay!
White liberal women are the worst. They are. Your test came back. Retarded. I love this meme. It's so good. I don't even know what I'm watching here or there. Yeah, it's hard to decipher. This tops the cringe chart of for the year. I don't know. It's definitely a contender. Definitely a contender. Are they protesting sanity? Perhaps. What exactly is this supposed to achieve? we don't know. Unfortunately, we don't know. This is wild to watch, like a cult. Yeah, it is a cult. Don't shoot me. I'm retarded. Prove it. I'll dance because my hatred for Donald Trump's saving America. Yes. Boy, I butchered that one. Okay. That's pretty funny, though. I didn't have strange cult line dancing on my 2025 bingo card. I don't think any of us did, to be frank. What the F? Okay, leftist TikToker casually calling for you-know-what against Trump. And this is so... I can't believe this actually gets onto Twitter, and not Twitter, but X. This is just disgusting.
For the person out there who's planning on doing it, you know, the thing that we all wake up every day hoping we'll see in the news, and we're like, man, no one's done it yet. Keep going.
Disgusting.
Your plan, it's gonna work. If not, it'll inspire the next person, and we are all rooting for you. You have our support. You have our admiration. We might make a national holiday out of you, and I will definitely put money on your books. And if you're into this sort of thing, I'll write you some letters of the naughty sort.
Oh, gosh.
Should you find yourself behind bars for it. But we're all rooting for you and hoping that you do it quickly and get away with it. Power to the people.
I mean, the sad thing is that, I mean, she looks like a very nice, lovely young lady, and she's completely demented and twisted inside. I mean, for her to actually have murder and assassination in her heart, to take out another human being, I don't care if it's left or right or whatever, that is sick and that is evil. Not only the FBI needs to go give this young lady a visit, I think she needs to have some serious mental health sessions with a psychologist or something, because she is definitely something is wrong with that young lady in a bad way. Okay, what is wrong with her? That's exactly what I was saying. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's no nose ring. I am shocked. Yeah, she totally looks normal. No starter kit whatsoever that I could see. Like, so what went wrong? What went wrong with her? Yeah, that tends to happen. They've also saying that they've also been saying the same thing about Trump supporters and voters. Yeah, I mean, I guess with Elon Musk, he's a supporter. I don't know if I've heard anything about doing anything to voters, but I mean, you know, they have killed Trump supporters in the past, so I don't know. It's scary. Just sick. Yep. Sick and demented. Again, evil. Yeah, pretty much blanket statement there. I love when people record their crimes and then post it to social media. It is convenient if action is actually taken against these people, which I hope sincerely Cash sends out a team to go track this lady down, because I'm sure they know exactly where she lives. It won't take them long to figure that out. This has to stop. I agree. This shouldn't be. This should be highlighted. I guess I'm promoting it, so maybe I'm a horrible person too. I don't know. She's soliciting for a hitman. That's not jovial ribbing. That's a criminal act. Yeah, I think it is. Should be. A girl pranks her Republican granddad by thanking him for helping her get into the Big D Democrat scholarship. It's pretty funny. She gets some good.
Today, I'm so thankful and honored to be nominated for this scholarship. Today, I have my grandfather. What's your name?
Wayne Calhoun.
Wayne Calhoun. And he is, I chose him to be in this video with me because he has inspired me to be a great Democrat.
Record scratch. She's like, what?
A race.
And this is...
A race. You got a race there.
You gotta be serious. It's for the scholarship.
What? You said Democrat.
It's a Democrat scholarship.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that.
This is...
How you going to do all this now?
This is the Big D scholarship. And we are thanking Joe Biden for everything he's done.
Oh, no.
See ya. Oh, that's so funny. What a troll.
It's for money.
The shock on his face is amazing. Yes. Yes, it is. Pa, it's for money. Funny. That was so sweet and funny. No. Pa, it's for money. Yeah. It's a great line. He moved so fast as soon as She said Sleepy Joe. He's like, I'm out. I love you, but I can't do this. Sorry. Kudos to Grandpa. Yes.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
What? That move at the end got me. Yeah. So she's like, Burk. I don't know if you can see me on the camera, but yeah, that was funny. The most exercise she got that day. Oh, jeez, that's brutal. This is a lot of they, them right there. Save that energy for the buffet at Sizzler. Oh my gosh, it's savage. Okay. Oh boy, I can't stop laughing. It is pretty, it's catchy though. Holy crap, I'm dying, dying laughing. I honestly kind of like this. It is a little catchy, I'm not gonna lie. It is a little catchy. I think I want some M&Ms, yeah. The feel-good hit that is sweeping the nation. It needs to be the Dem theme song, I think. It's always satisfying to watch a professional work in the audience. The real fat shady. Please stand up. That's funny. This is in Naperville. It's kind of my old stomping ground a little bit. It's kind of crazy.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Get out of our neighborhood. You are not welcome here.
She's got
get
the phone out
Stop
already.
Thinking about people's genitalia. Take your sign and get out of here.
No.
No one needs your hate. You're a disgusting, awful person. Then go at home and speak your truth at home.
No one needs your hate. You're disgusting.
No, you want to be out in the cold with your face all covered so no one can see you, holding your big mean sign.
It's not a big mean sign. They're 3 words.
What's a
man
sign?
Tell me.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing,
why do
it
you
doesn't
spend
matter, then why do
so
you
much
care?
time thinking about it? Because you are in my neighborhood where I am
Lady,
raising my family.
You're making my cup
signs
overflow.
that are hateful to
There's
people here.
nothing hateful about it. It's
Why do you have it?
Because you need to know the
There are
truth.
lots of truths. There's clouds in the sky. No one needs to hold a sign. That
so you're
sign
saying
is
it's
to
true?
provoke hate.
Is it
What
true?
a
It is not
Karen.
true.
Then what's the truth?
The truth is, get
Man.
out of my neighborhood.
No.
Okay,
No.
we'll see you soon.
What are you going to do?
So that's what she can do. Not really.
Naperville Police and Fire, this is Jen. How can I help you?
Darn it.
Hello, I want to report a young man with hate signs that he's recording people. He's on Brookdale Road across from the fire department. Okay, and what does this sign say?
You know she's rolling
it's
her
a
eyes.
transgender sign, but he's recording
even
people that are
remember.
going by. I don't know. It's just really super creepy, and I'm not sure if he is. All right, I have an officer check on him. There's no expectation of privacy out in public, so he is free to record. But I will have an officer go check him out. Okay? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing that I don't know if they just don't understand or it's a simple concept that when you're in public like that, there's no right to privacy. You can film anything you want. So these Karens of the world, they make the world go around, I guess.
If you're cis and you won't date trans folks, you're a transphobe. Now, if that made you mad, maybe it's your prejudices that you need to probe.
What is going on?
No matter the reasons you've got, you're reducing us to when we disrobe. And that kind of thinking ain't sophisticated. It's more like microbes. I know you think you've got good reasons, maybe you do.
Oh gosh.
Trauma's real, it's hard to heal. I'd never say that that isn't true.
And she's, or he, I should say.
But
is very
transphobia
serious.
is transphobia, and you won't get a pass when we're through.
This makes no sense. Listen.
We're human beings, not sex organs, cis lesbians. I'm talking to you.
That doesn't make me gay, huh?
What? I don't understand that cis lesbians were talking to you. my mind just exploded. I don't understand what she's trying to say.
Like more stuff should be happening. You know what I mean? Like military stuff. Like I feel like I should be hearing about more people like sounding the alarm, but all I'm seeing is just a lot of jokes being made about it, a lot of like befuddlement. Like there's this famous Star Wars quote that goes, "This is how democracy ends, with thunderous applause." But like not even. Democracy is ending by just like apathy, like idle hands.
What? I'm destroying democracy? What's going on? I wasn't aware of that. That's a news flash for me. Oh, geez. Maybe I better rethink my life.
Like just a bunch of people saying somebody should do something, but like nobody actually doing something. Like Elon's little agency isn't even a real agency. I'm not going to say its name because it drives me bonkers, but it's not even a real agency. And he's just in the Social Security office deciding whether or not it's efficient that my veteran dad and his immigrant wife deserve Social Security. I just don't understand how this isn't a bigger deal. How is this just a Tuesday for us? Like I thought there'd be more tanks.
So you've all seen this Delta plane that just crash landed upside down. Let me remind you that a week ago, Delta Airlines stands firm on their DEI commitment amid federal and corporate rollbacks. And you're mad at Trump for wanting airlines and other companies to get rid of their DEI initiatives?
Make it make sense.
If you're fat, emotional, you won't be good.
Some people say that it is possible to be fat and healthy.
No, it is not true. They have cholesterol and heart issues and a lot of problems to mobility. You get tired. If you're fat, emotional, you won't be good because you feel bad. Your clothes doesn't fit. It is horrible. Well, that's my point of view.
I am. Yeah. What is that? I understand what she's saying, and I think mostly what she's saying is true. But you can be fat and still be in shape. I mean, look at a lot of the NFL linemen. I mean, they're not exactly ripped, but they are very physically fit. The underlying cardiovascular, workouts that they do and the muscle that is there. So, yes, they are fat, but not necessarily out of shape. And believe me, you can be skinny and be unhealthy as well. So it swings both ways. But yeah, it's when you're fat and you don't do anything, like you have no kind of exercise, that's when you start having problems, especially as you get older. And I think that's what she was mainly talking about. But anyways, good point. And what in the heck is this? What is this? Okay,
I'm a white woman in America, and I stand for the rights of all black women in America.
What? What? That's got to be a troll. That can't be a real person.
Yeah. So let me go to one more semi-related thing about the hill to die on. Here's my last one. Okay. Trans. Because Trump has gone way too far on this. He's at that place. This is what I always say, nobody can ever be in the middle. No. It always has to go from one pendulum swing to all the way to the other. So now we're back at, there's only two sexes. Which is ridiculous, although I'm glad I'm in one of the ones we're keeping.
How is telling the truth swinging too far to the other side? Trump is just stating plain truth that there's only two genders. That's it. And then it's interesting, and he says, well, I'm glad I'm part of the one that they're keeping. Give me a break. He knows there's only male and female. He's known that his whole entire life. And I don't know why he's acting so stupid now, but come on, do better.
How is women's lack of access to, I suppose in some states, evidence of an inequality between men and women?
Because it's blatantly refusing their right to bodily autonomy.
Bodily autonomy? What about the bodily autonomy of men when it comes to being drafted? Wouldn't that be a case of men being oppressed and women not being?
I mean, but who created that system?
Why would that matter? Let's say it was a king or a queen who invented that system yesterday. What would that have to do with the fact that right now, today, me and Brian can't do anything about that? Aren't we oppressed by that system?
Depends. How old are you?
Right now, I'm 40.
I don't think you would be be drafted.
Yes. In fact, the draft can be accelerated up to 70, like it is in the Ukraine and in Russia right this second.
Wasn't there talk about making the draft for females too?
That's nice that you're talking about it, but it's not the case. You say you don't have any bodily autonomy, but neither do I.
Do you have to grow another person inside of you? And then
I'm sorry, do you have to go die in a war?
No, I don't have to, but I can choose.
Okay, great. But I can be drafted, you can't.
You could always break your leg too.
You can always just not take jizz in your... I mean, sorry, like, all you have to do is not let a guy come in your...
Damn! It's time for Dave's Detox. So this is just like cool. That's why it's in here. That is amazing. You can have two different images all but cut out of cardboard. That's so cool. This is funny. It actually goes faster running. Oh, that'd be hard on the old legs though. How would you get your phone back?
Feel it.
Going out there. Yoink. That's funny. Oh, this is so cute. Aww. I want a baby goat. Just for that. Okay, so this is some sort of science experiment.
What do you think of their science project?
They got into it.
Oh, wow. Show me your mouth. Oh, it's just so funny.
What is a fox doing with... That's weird. I must have raised it. Oh, I love dogs. Oh, man, that was a much-needed detox for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, slap that bell around, tell your friends about Idle Hands and what we're doing here. And until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated. And until the next episode, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.